This is not the W that you should be looking for. Come on, some of the games are going to be exclusive? Yo, why not all of the fucking games? Xbox dudes, why aren't you upset that it is not all of
tomorrow?
Delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists. And that's our goal. That's why we're doing this. That's the root of this partnership.
Are you alright? What's wrong?
I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if millions of voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced.
Yep, that was Supernova, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, yes, that is a Supernova. He continuously makes videos where he puts his foot in it. So, after all the Sumgate, whereas it was revealed that the word some, was underlined for some reason, going forward with Bethesda titles, exclusives for Xbox, some people decided to misinterpret the word some, meaning not many. However, Phil yesterday came out and basically debunked that, basically slapped our face of stupidity with a giant plastic hand. Basically came out and revealed that Bethesda games, more or less, the majority of them, will be actually exclusive to the Xbox/PC via Game Pass sort of world system. So let me just go down. So he said, let me just basically quote him. That'd be the best thing to do, wouldn't it? Quote the truth. That's our goal. That's why we're doing this. That's the root of this partnership that we're building. The creative capability we're going to be able to bring to market for Xbox customers is going to be the best it's ever been for Xbox after we've done here, Spencer continued. However, Spencer was also quick to reiterate that Microsoft and Bethesda will continue to honour games and franchises on other platforms. Obviously, I can't sit here and say that every Bethesda game is exclusive. We know that's not true. There's contractual obligations that we're going to see through, as we always do in every one of these instances. We have games that exist on other platforms, and we're going to go support those games on the platforms they're on. So, yes, it's true, there are going to be still games that will be on our platforms. So these are games like Deathloop and games that are already announced. I can't remember, there's another one. But games that are already announced for other systems. He's not going to pull, because they're not anti-consumer, unlike the other side. They're not just going to yank these games away from the owners of those consoles. They're not just going to yank them straight off the system. They're going to honour. See, I don't get why Phil and Xbox get so much hate. If this is the other way around, Sony wouldn't honour anyone. Sony don't honour anyone. Sony hates everyone. They just want to make money. They would do not care about gamers at all. They just care about money. But Xbox are going to honour the agreements as they did before with I can't remember the other title for Outer Worlds and things like that before they bought Obsidian. They're going to honour it, so you still get these games just like they do Minecraft. They honour that. They didn't yank that off all other systems. They've kept true to it, keep it going, keep Minecraft, because they're not going to. It'd be like daylight robbery if you imagine you owned, because people keep using Microsoft for some reason as an analogy, which is absolutely stupid. It's probably one of the worst ones you could probably use. Microsoft was on PlayStation. Minecraft was on PlayStation for years before Microsoft bought them. So once Microsoft bought them, there is no chance in hell that they're going to then delete the game off your system. That's basically like robbery. You can't buy a game and then someone say, actually, we own it now and we don't want you to have it. We're having it back. Thanks, but thanks for the money. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's against the law, basically. So people still trying to quote Minecraft in this, which is absolutely ridiculous. Which this actually proves the point that the whole point about Minecraft was absolute bollocks. They were wrong and badly wrong. So what Phil's basically said is that he still honour those deals, but other games going forward will be exclusive to Game Pass, i.e. PC and Xbox, or anyone with anything with Game Pass, yeah, mobile phone, stuff like that. PlayStation and Switch doesn't have, or Nintendo doesn't have Game Pass. Now, I don't believe it was offered to PlayStation. It may have been, and Sony would have turned it down. Switch definitely turned it down as well. I know Xbox did offer it to Nintendo, and Nintendo also turned down Game Pass. So yeah, that's on them. So going forward, games like Starfield, Doom, Wolfenstein, Evil Within, Dishonored. There's so many games. It's just too many to list. Very big games, massive games. Are likely, will be exclusive. The only games with question marks are games, as I said, like Deathloop. There's another Ghost one coming out, Ghost something or other. There's also Indiana Jones. Is actually a big question over it because that is owned by Disney. So, but Xbox Studio is making the game, but it's owned by Disney. So in that situation, it might be on PlayStation, but the difference here is it might be on Game Pass day one, whereas if it's on PlayStation, they will have to purchase the game for £70. That's what I imagine that'll be for games like Indiana Jones, which is still a fantastic deal for Xbox gamers. You know, day one Game Pass, basically getting it for £1, whereas if you have PlayStation, you want to play Indiana Jones, you're paying 70 quid for it. So so basically he destroyed the whole narrative of that. In addition to that, they've dropped all these games on Game Pass. As you can see here, Dishonored, Dishonored 2, Doom, all the Dooms, all the Elder Scrolls, Evil Within, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Fallout New Vegas, Prey, Rage 2, which is interesting because I'm definitely going to play Prey now. I've never played that before. Give that a go. Same as Evil Within. So I'm definitely going to give those two games a go now because that's what Game Pass does. Games that you don't really want to throw money onto, but then they're in Game Pass, you're going to play them, and that's the benefit, and that is the beauty of Game Pass. Games you don't really want to spend, especially if it's on PlayStation, you don't really want to spend £70 on a game for it to be a dud. So when they're in Game Pass, it's all, I can try them now, and then that's the success of Game Pass. That's the success behind it. People can't grasp how it works, how services work. We're living in 2021, and people still don't understand how a subscription service works. Even though they've been around now for about 10 years, people have not grasped the functionality of them and how they work. It's absolute mind-boggling that people need to keep up with the times massively. But unfortunately, there's a company that's holding them back from these times, and they're just now they've got tunnel vision on that one company and what they tell them. So let's move on, shall we? So now you get the gist of it. Basically, Phil has come out and said up front that the games from Bethesda or Zenimax will be exclusive to Game Pass, i.e. Xbox and PC via Game Pass, which is fantastic news. Something that should be celebrated because it's great for gaming. They basically kept this thing off Google and Stadia and stuff like that because at the end of the day, they were the real competition. Amazon, Google and things like that, they were looking to purchase big studios. This would have been a massive one, and these games for sure would have been exclusive, just like if Sony bought them, if they could afford them, would have been exclusive to one console and one sort of hardware, one platform, which is bad for gaming really. So it's good that Microsoft got hold of them, and now you can get them on 2 different platforms, possibly more in the future, or on your phone. If you've got Game Pass and on your phone, you can play them on your phone. These games, it's fantastic. Sadly, though, there is a certain fan base that are very hateful. They're not too much into gaming. They're more into creating clickbait content to draw in the sheep. Yes, that's sheep. A lot of their fan base, the majority of their fan base, actually that's a bit unfair. I'll say a lot of their fan base are sheep. And they will pretty much follow anything Sony tells them to do and what these channels do. These channels can pretty much say anything or do anything they choose to. They can completely fabricate lies and make stuff up, and these people will follow it, copy and paste it into other channels. It's incredible. It's almost cult. It's cult-esque to see these people sort of responding in this way. So we've got these sheep channels and these sheep followers that basically go around on these creating YouTube channels, and I don't get how many subscriptions a lot of these channels have. If you actually listen to the stuff they say, it's absolute nonsense and absolute rubbish, and really just poor judgment of just overall gaming and economics and everything as a whole. I don't know if it's a lot of them just can't read properly. Is that why they just misinterpret stuff so badly? I'm not too sure. They're also absolutely blind to a lot of stuff. Like they keep saying Xbox and Phil misleads people, but then they support Jim Ryan that started off this console by telling these people that their console's going to have exclusive, or they're not going to do cross-gen. The games are going to have exclusive. Only on the day of release, they lie and say, actually no, our games will be cross-gen. They won't be exclusive. Sorry about that. On the day of its release. So if you'd already pre-ordered or already got your PS5, it's too late now. Your games you've got a PS4. The games you've purchased now can play just as well on your PS4 as they have on the PS5. Absolutely misleading, just awful. And then that is going to the SSD thing. No, I won't go into the SSD thing. It's boring. Robot Cerny spoke enough about that. But yes, I've sort of gone off on a tangent there. We've got these just horrible YouTubers that create absolute nonsense content. And as I've shown in previous videos, you know your crap gamers, which is your MBG or NGB guy, and your Supernova, and your Lucas guy. He's a dope. He's absolutely not. He's weird. That guy is. Put a like. Give this video a like if you just have to think the amazing Lucas is just a weird man. You would not want to know him in real life. He's just an odd man. You would not want to sit in a pub and have a drink with him. I'll tell you that now. And King Thrash, wow. I put more of show more of his content, but it is so explicit and sort of racial motivated that I can't post any of it. So I will take a snippet and just give you an example of the trash that King Thrash speaks.
Clearly, the Xbox has been in need, right, as a console. But then also clearly, just as equally clearly, Microsoft hasn't gave two fucks about Xbox. They gave more of a fuck about Game Pass and establishing Game Pass on platforms other than Xbox. Microsoft hasn't gave two fucks about Xbox. They gave more of a fuck about Game Pass and establishing Game Pass on platforms other than Xbox. Microsoft hasn't gave two fucks about Xbox.
Wow.
So that pretty much sums it up. I hope you enjoyed watching. So I'm looking forward to the future, basically, of Xbox. We've got loads and loads more studios, loads more exclusives to look forward to. But it's not about the exclusives, that's the point of this video. Personally, I don't care if the games went to PlayStation. It's more money for Xbox as a company. And it's just more consumer friendly and better for gamers. At the end of the day, this is all about the gamers. And that's what a certain fan base cannot grasp, because they're, I don't know, very self-indulged and very narcissistic and very weird and very childish, of course. So I've been a gamer for longer than most of them have been alive, and it's always been about the gamer, and it should always be about the gamer and pro-consumer, what's positive and what's better for the gamer. And Xbox is much better at pushing for things like that, and Sony just need to keep up if they're going to stay relevant going into this generation. They have dropped the ball so many times this gen because they've not cared, and it's starting to show now, and it's starting to be cracks in their armour. I personally think, I hope PlayStation do bounce back from this, and now it puts them at a level where they can sort of really compete, and it'll be really good and exciting for the next generation if Sony compete back. Or will they repeat PS3 sort of stage where they just drop the ball then as well because they got too cocksure of themselves? I hope not. I hope it is a good generation where both consoles are just going head to head, throwing games at each other. but I just hope Sony's a little more pro-consumer with it this generation by putting their games on PC. I think that's always a good thing. It's good for Sony and it's good for gamers. I mean, I don't care if I don't get the games because I'm on be an Xbox owner. I don't play on PC anymore. Used to, don't play on PC anymore, so it won't affect me whatsoever. But it's pro-consumer for the gamers and it's good for Sony. I don't care what their stupid fan base say about exclusives. It's childish. And who counts console sales in like it's 2021 now? Who still counts console sales and physical sales of games? Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I mean, can you imagine if someone made a video a year ago starting a rumour that Sony were going to buy Bethesda and Zenimax Studios? Can you imagine that there was someone actually went out and made a video that a year ago? Where that would be right now. Anyway, and how stupid that would look right now. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and goodbye for now.